Annual consumer inflation jumped to 5% in June from 4.5% in May. This is the highest inflation print since June 2024, when the rate was 5.1%. Prices rose by 0.7% on average between May and June, the same as the previous monthly increase. Let's start with transport, which was the largest contributor to both the annual and monthly changes in the CPI. This was mainly underpinned by higher fuel prices. Its annual rate accelerated to 12.7% in June from 9.4% in May. Fuel prices climbed by 34.3% in the past 12 months, driven by increases of 50.8% in diesel and 31.7% in petrol. Higher fuel prices have had a knock-on effect on passenger transport inflation, which registered a monthly rise of 8.1% in June. This took the annual rate for the category to 12.5% from 4% in May. Sharp monthly increases were recorded for minibus taxi fares, which raised by 11.5%, e-hailing services higher by 8.7%, long-distance bus fares with an increase of 8.4%, and school transport up by 3.7%. Turning now to food and non-alcoholic beverages, inflation for this important category slowed further in June, dipping to 1.6% from 1.9% in May and 2.9% in April. Cereal products recorded a fifth consecutive month of deflation at negative 1.5%. Some items that are cheaper than a year ago are white rice, lower by 13.4%, maize meal less by 5.9%, and porridge down by 1.3%. Meat inflation also extended a downward trend, moderating further to 5.1% from a recent peak of 13.5% in January this year. Inflation for beef products is settling, with the annual rate for beef mince cooling to 3.9% from May's 10.6%. Stewing beef entered deflationary territory, with its annual rate declining to negative 2.7%. Pork inflation eased for a third consecutive month, but continued to occupy double-digit territory at 13.9%. The annual rate for mutton and lamb rose to 8.4%. Processed meat products that experienced high rates in June include sausages at 11.8%, corned meat up by 10.2%, and bacon rising by 8.6%. Hot beverages inflation has remained above 6% for 4 years, that is since June 2022, reaching 7.4% this June. The annual rate for black tea was 8.3%, and instant coffee increased by 7%. Finally, let's look at housing rents, which are incorporated into the CPI calculation at the end of each quarter. In June, actual rents increased by 1.1% from the March quarter, reaching an annual increase of 4.1%. Rent for townhouses increased by 5.4%, flats by 4.6%, and houses by 3.7% over the past 12 months. For more information on the Consumer Price Index, please visit our website at www.statssa.gov.za.